So now we're going to we are going to go into what is a sound designer. So a sound designer supports the story ideas of the client, main artist, or director. Right? So what does this mean? It means that the sound designer is going to work with somebody to get the story out, right? So we are working with a script that was written by somebody, and that's who you're going to be working with, is whoever created the script to give you this idea. Ultimately, you are going to work with your instructor, me, and the PLA of this class, and we are going to be more or less your directors here because we're telling you what to do and giving you a task, right? So you are working with this story idea here in this class, but in reality, you will be working with a client or somebody else, perhaps maybe the main artist, to try and get the idea out there. So you should be less concerned about showing off artistic skills and more concerned with telling the story based on what the client wants. Okay, so these applications, if it's the first time you're touching any digital media application, you will see that you could do a lot of really cool things, right? And you can really do a lot of fun things, and it's really, really easy to go overboard. But that is not your job. Your job is to keep it simple, to support this idea of whatever the message is to deliver to your audience. That's what you want to do. Now, as a sound designer professionally, you should never argue for your artistic ideas. It's always good to give your artistic ideas and give it to the main creative person, who would that ever be, your client or the director or whomever it might be. But you should never ever argue for your ideas. I've seen people lose their jobs and not get hired again if it's freelance over these ideas. In fact, those people are called difficult to work with. Okay, so the sooner you learn that, the better off it will be. And I guess it's kind of a fair warning of the future there. So something to watch out for as you delve into your professional lives. So how does a sound designer work? This may be asking your questions. Well, they concentrate on two separate things, right? It's kind of the conceptual and the technical side. So the designer has two functions, the sound designer. And the conceptual is using the imagination to come up with creative ideas to support the story. Also come up with creative ideas to fix possible problems along the way. Sometimes in the sound game, something may come up where audio wasn't recorded that well during production, or who knows, it could be a million different things, right? You are also has to come up with creative ideas to fix issues that come along the way. Instead of just be like, well, you're going to have to re-record it again. Maybe the sound designer can find a different solution. Also, they come up with the technical, right? It's their job to know the technical. And this is something we're really teaching in this course, right? Where you have the technical skills to create whatever conceptual ideas you have or that the director or client may want to execute. So this is really knowing the software, knowing what it can do, and being able to work through solutions for issues. So how does the sound designer tell a story? Well, I do it a couple of ways. As I mentioned before, you work with the collector, the client, director, etc., to figure out whatever the message of the story is, right, or the story, and figuring out how to best do that. Discover creative ways to orally tell the story, meaning through your ears, right, through audio. Create, collect, and arrange audio clips, which we've talked about already. And then finally, mixing those audio clips together with volume, adding effects, and things like that, right? So this is kind of what a sound designer does, right? They figure out what the message or story is. They come up with creative ways to tell the story. They collect, collect, create, arrange the clips, and then finally they mix it all together and make it all happen. This is what the sound designer does.